I've got a question.
Okay.
I was hit head on at a red light while in a company van, and I was en route to a company job. And they sent me to a primary care doctor, and then he referred me to a specialist. And I was wondering if I don't agree with the diagnosis that I was given by the specialist, do I have the right to choose a physician of my choice?
That's a very good question, and absolutely you do. In the state of Alabama, it's statutory, of course, you're entitled to what's referred to as a panel of 4 physicians. And if you are dissatisfied with the opinions rendered or dissatisfied with just the manner of the doctor, him or herself, then you can request from your employer or the insurance carrier a list of 4 doctors that are geographically located close to you, or at least they should be, who practice in the same area, and you can choose that physician to become your new authorized treating physician. And I'll say this, it's a lot of times, even though you can do this on your own, I suggest you contact an attorney because we're typically familiar with these physicians, and there are physicians that insurance companies like to send you to, and they'll load up that list with those doctors. A lot of these doctors may get a lot of business from these companies, and they want to keep costs down for them. But of course, there are a lot of good doctors out there, and you might need help picking one.
Let me ask.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, explain maybe to our viewers, at what point should they possibly talk to an attorney? I mean, is it pretty soon after, if someone's seriously injured?
Well, my personal,
because it sounds complicated.
I say immediately, and my personal opinion is this: you have a lot of long-term employees that have been with companies for 4, 5, 15, 20 years, and they don't want to upset the balance. They don't want to upset their employer. They want to be a good employee. They want to trust what they're being told about how their claim is going to be handled. But at the end of the day, you need someone that is completely looking out for your interest to make sure you are taken care of, because the employer, in the back of their mind, they want to keep their costs down, they want to save their money. And that's what it comes down to, unfortunately, a lot of times. Now, you do have situations where you have a good employer-employee relationship, and there are a lot of companies that do take care of their employees better than others. But I suggest you go to an attorney immediately, so number one, you understand your rights, what you're entitled to, and you have somebody that's going to make sure you get what you're entitled to.
Yeah, and on that vein, it doesn't cost anything to talk with an attorney initially.
point.
Most attorneys don't charge up front. So a good attorney like Alwyn will tell you whether or not you need an attorney. If he looks at your case and decides, hey, this looks like something that you need to handle on your own, and we do that all the time. This looks like, let me give you a tip or two on how to address this. Lawyers will tell you that you don't need an attorney, and in fact, we find ourselves doing that a good bit sometimes because they just don't.
That's exactly right. And Ken, you know, we like to help people, but we're in the business of trying to make money and support our families as well, and we can't take on a bad investment, but we don't mind helping people, walk them through the system, walk them through the steps, at least to a point to where the attorney may really be needed.
Yeah, and let's talk real quick about Mike's situation, because I want to make sure that people out there know, people who are injured on the job, make sure that they know that what Alwyn was talking about, the panel of 4, you have to keep it under the umbrella of the workers' comp carrier or the employer. If you go to your own doctor who you might like, who you might have a relationship with, you best get approval from the workers' comp carrier first. Otherwise, they're not going to pay for it, and they may try to find a reason not to pay for the medical expenses going forward.
That's right. It has to be authorized and approved by the workers' compensation insurance carrier, except for exceptional circumstances. There are some circumstances where you can go to your own doctor, but that's a different conversation.
Sure, sure.
Okay, we're going to move on.